Oh, well, good evening and welcome to It Africa. I'm Thomas Mlambo. I'm your jersey number 10. And this is Soccer Africa. This is the show where we're going to be going through to having a look at what happened as far as the Cup of Nations final is concerned. I know that we were discussing and maybe trying to think, should we do a show that it discusses everything and lots of other things? And then we thought, you know what? The final was everything. The final is where you want us to talk about. The final is what we need to unpack. So we're going to do the majority of the show on everything that happened in that final, from disallowed goals to panenkas to walk-offs to trophies not wanting to be touched and handed over. It was dramatic, but the most important thing that took place was that Senegal, the Lions of Teranga, are the champions of Africa when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, and that is something that needs to be celebrated. They've got that second star on their jersey, and to tell you about it, to give you their views, it's the panel of wise men, and right next to me, the wise queen, Ashley Nakadwe. Now, as I was watching that game, Ashley, I got a text message from you and you told me about the intensity. I'm live on air dealing with the intensity. I see Ashley's listening. This is too intense.
Because I was going through it. I needed someone to text.
You didn't text the guy who's on air.
Listen, I'm like, you're the only one who's going to get it right now. I was going through it. I don't know who else is awake at the time.
But what were you going through? What?
It was too intense. Like, what were we saying? There was a goal disallowed. Then there's a penalty missed. Then we're now going to extra time. Like, it was just a lot. I couldn't. I needed to text you in the moment.
You saw a goal disallowed. I didn't see that.
I saw it.
There was no goal disallowed.
There was a goal that was disallowed.
There was no goal disallowed.
There was a goal for the champions that was disallowed.
We'll discuss, because I didn't see that. And those of you at home who feel like you did see a goal disallowed, maybe we'll change your minds at the end of the show. At the far post, it's the man who started it all here on Soccer Africa, the award-winning journalist, Thomas Kweneite. TK, we were trying to work out how many AFCONs you've done in terms of your journalistic experience, and here at SuperSport, how many? Plus, minus, if you had to guess.
Plus, minus, I think I've done about 12, 13.
That's a lot of AFCONs.
I know.
That's a lot of AFCONs.
Yes.
A lot of finals. Have you ever seen anything like the one we just saw?
Never. This was the first one.
What made it unique?
No, it had everything,
No,
Thomas.
it didn't.
It did. There was, look, it was, for me, it was an awesome final, but people will always talk about the drama that erupted during that final. I mean, as Ashley says, a goal disallowed, a panenka, and I mean,
Crazy.
the walk out,
the fans going on the pitch.
Crazy,
And it was
Panenka.
sick.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was, and I don't buy this conspiracy theory that Morocco Diaz missed that penalty on purpose because there was going to be chaos.
You don't believe?
No, I don't believe that. Who doesn't want to win the AFCON for his country?
After 50 years.
After 50 years, for that matter. No, I don't believe this crazy notion that...
Mamadou will give us. We'll find out. He was close to the action up in Morocco, and he's still there in Casablanca. We're going to join him very shortly at the far post, though. It's our football strategist and coach, Coach Sudesh. Coach, you showed me a book, and you said, I have to give you a chance to talk because you have highlighted, you've made notes, you've done the most. Give me a sense of what you've done there.
Yeah, I think let's come back to the football. You know, we talk about the drama and everything else. Put that aside. For once, let's go to the football. This has been historic. There's been 121 goals scored, the highest ever in an AFCON. The last was 119 in Ivory Coast. This is the fourth AFCON won by African coach. So these are historic things. There's been a change, evolution in tactical approach. Before it was physicality, individual brilliance. But now you look at the tactical evolution, especially of the big teams.
You're saying something
The
important.
maturity and sophistication from the quarterfinal, semi-final was amazing.
You're saying something very important. And Jeff, what I'm hearing here is that individual brilliance is maybe gone. It's gone. Is it gone?
Not gone.
You just told me
I'm
it's gone.
saying we used to rely before just on individual brilliance, one player making a difference.
And
But
JJ
now you
Okocha.
look at it, there's more tactical diversity from the team. There's more individuals who are stepping up. And what I liked was from the quarterfinals on, the so-called big teams rose up, the big players.
What has happened to the star player? What has happened to the magical JJ, the magical player who could do something, turn something from nothing into something.
We've lost that African flair when it comes to the Jogo Bonita on the pitch, actually, in Africa. And
all these tactics.
It's not because of all the tactics, because we've seen Sadio Mane, he rose above everyone else. And by his leadership on the pitch, though he was not very, dribbling or scoring a lot of goals, but actually he led by example.
Okay, so let's go quickly. I'm going to change things completely here. I want to go and look at the team of the tournament. Let's start there. You started the topic. You want to talk about the players that have made the best 11 of the tournament. So let's talk a little very quickly. Then I'll get to Mamadou Gueye and introduce him out of Casablanca. But they have given us a team of a tournament. What did you think? Has that truly reflected the absolute best that we saw at this tournament?
I think when you look at the performance of all the players, it was very fair. I would have loved to have seen Iobi there, but then who do you replace in that lineup that they had, Papa Gueye with his age on his side, but he still was outstanding in this tournament, with the leadership, and plus he did it by scoring goals. So I think it was very fair. Calvin Bassey was outstanding.
Here we go.
And, Bono had 5 clean sheets, when you look at it. And Hakimi, many people don't know that chances created, he actually was third highest with 13 chances created. And Niakate, no one actually seen much what he did, but missing Koulibaly, he actually galvanized the Senegalese
three nations represented here.
Senegal, Morocco, and Nigeria.
I'm only seeing 3 nations represented.
So who
out of 24?
Who would you think would deserve to be there?
Only 3.
I'm saying, who would you think deserved to be there? Because it's tough to do it. These are the guys who were exceptionally, and they were consistent.
I thought Salah was outstanding.
Yes, exactly. That's what
I would debate that. Salah was flashes.
The only reason he's making what as far as the tournament was because of him.
But would you rather put Salah over Diaz?
And then even at the back. Even at the back.
So it's hard to...
Rabia was unbelievable.
Yeah, I also liked Massina from Morocco.
Yeah.
He had a great... But Niakate and Calvin Bassey guy was...
Now, you mentioned other names the other day. They're not here.
They're not here. I'm surprised that Hakimi is there. How many games did he play in this tournament?
That's a point. He missed the first 2 games.
How many games?
But after that, he played all the games.
No, but
the second game, he came on as a...
I'm also going to shine when I'm rested.
No, but for me, I think Koulibaly as well, I think deserved to be there, even though he didn't play the final. I think for me, he had his solid games.
No Ahmed. No Diallo.
Yes, Diallo as well. I think
we can all speculate. I mean, this level was put together.
Koulibaly, I think if Koulibaly had played in the final,
what they used, they even used data to decide. So it's not easy, but you go on consistency, you go on performance, you go on stats, data, and this is what you come up with.
And our eyes don't count.
Yeah, it depends what you see. Someone
because we see other things.
Someone can see this player and you won't see that player. So you have a favorite, but when you go on performance, objectivity, and that's what you come up with. So I can't argue.
And then, you've also got Bonu as the keeper, but how many saves would you have to really make? Yeah,
but also because
there was a wall in front of him.
But then he had to. He saved penalties.
There were keepers that made 14, 15 saves in one game.
But they end up.
Nobody could have been
going home with this.
Nobody was one of the. Nobody should have been there. He had a great. He was a goalkeeper.
He did a lot in between the posts.
He made and he was 3rd and 4th place saved there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody deserved
to be there.
Bono was not exposed.
Dealt with the towels as well. Didn't have his towel. Having a problem with his towel.
Yeah, Bono did have an issue with towels. Mendy and
he was playing at home.
But okay, so that's the team of the tournament. That's what you guys think. Tell us what you think at home. Let's get to Mamadou Gueye, who joins us now out of Casablanca, where he's been for the entire tournament. And Mamadou, welcome to the show. What an experience that final was. Senegal are the champions of Africa.
Thank you very much, Thomas, and good evening to the panel and to all soccer African fans. But the best 11. Why are you debating? It's number 1, number 2, number 3. Everybody else home. No medal.
Those were the 3 best teams.
Yes. It comes from there.
Like that.
There is no argument or distraction. DR Congo home, Cote d'Ivoire home, Egypt out. Then it must come from the 3 best. Simple as that.
Just like that, simple.
Yeah, simple. Don't make it complicated.
Would you say that even Baleba from Cameroon deserves to be in that team too?
Nobody is home already. Why do you want to bring him here?
Mamadou, we saw some unbelievable scenes. Senegal celebrating, the streets of Dakar, the country ecstatic over the victory for the Lions of Teranga. I mean, the scenes that we are seeing and that we're showing our viewers right now, amazing. Absolutely amazing. It means so much to Senegal and West African football.
But let me tell you one thing. Senegal came into this final, even before the final, with lots of conspiracy theories in social media, in Senegalese newspaper, everywhere, that the cup belonged to Morocco, they are going to use referees, they are going to cheat and everything. Remember, when Senegal qualified, they were leaving Tangier to come to Rabat. They were supposed to take the speed train. The day before, they announced in social media all their program. And as a consequence, they were invited by Senegalese supporters, not Moroccan supporters, completely overwhelmed by Senegalese supporters. Then they turned around to blame the security of the organization. And having said that, they moved to Rabat, they start complaining about training pitches and so many things to make CAF, the local organization committee, look very bad. All that was part of it, and the supporters were already fired up. Now, during the day of the game, the final, everybody was there. It started very well when they refused the first goal, the so-called goal of Senegal. But the bottom line is the referee blew the whistle. When the referee blew the whistle, everybody must stop playing. After the referee blew the whistle, they keep playing. They score the goal.
Let's look at it, Mamadou, because we've got that, right? You're taking us straight into the conversation. Let's take a look, because this is where it starts. Let's go to the drama. Let's start to unpack what took place and take you through the drama of the final step by step. So, it's a key moment, 94th minute of the game, and the ball does hit the back of the net. But the whistle, it's gone. That goal is disallowed. And we have a look and see how it was that Abdoulaye Seck, here it is. Seck headers, Hakimi's on the floor, ball in the net. This, everyone's saying, is a disallowed goal. I don't agree.
For me, my issue is that why didn't it go to VAR? Why didn't the referee at least go and check?
Here's the reason. The ball is in the air. The referee blows. The game is already stopped. Before Seck even headers this ball, Seck here, who has pushed Hakimi there.
Thomas, Hakimi pushed Seck first.
And?
He pushed him first, and obviously Seck was in momentum, moving, and Hakimi was off balance. Hakimi was a protagonist. He pushed him first. So why did the ref blow so quick?
Who ends up on the floor?
It was blown quick.
Seck is obviously a bit more...
Who ends up on the floor?
As I said, Hakimi was off balance.
Okay. But
and
the
with
bottom
the
line
push,
is here.
And Seck is going in a forward momentum. So he has the momentum going with him. And he puts his hand out to defend himself.
Ball in the air.
See,
now watch the ref. Push, ref blows. He's blown already. The ball, he's already pointing. The ref's not even watching where the ball has gone. And that hits the post, comes inside. We can't go to VAR for something that is not, the whistle is gone.
Yeah,
Everyone has
but the
switched
whistle
off.
was going too
Going to
quick. It
VAR,
was too
but
quick.
why blow in the first
Okay,
place?
can we understand that we cannot go to VAR?
Yes,
Because the
that's
game,
what I
the game has
understand.
stopped.
Yes,
The Moroccan players, in likelihood, they have even stopped playing. They're not worried anymore because the whistle went before it even got to Sek. For the header, the
why
first
do you
header.
blow for that part? That
I see
wasn't a
Hakimi
foul.
on the floor.
But you don't see Hakimi pushing first.
There's no rule that says you push first, I push second.
Yeah,
Then
but second, it's a contact
you push,
sport.
I push.
It's a contact sport. You pushing me, I push.
Yeah, but-
and maybe I'm just a bit bigger than you, and this
Then
is-
I fall and it's a foul.
Yeah, but no, it's not
But the foul in
necessarily
motion,
just because
that
you
was in motion. There was nothing he could do there.
Who?
Both players were both in motion at the time. There was nothing anyone could do in that moment.
Hakimi knew what he was
what he was
Thank
doing.
you.
Exactly.
Yes, he
Hakimi
knew.
knew what he
He
was
knew what he
doing.
was doing.
What he did,
So,
what
yeah,
he did was
Hakimi pushes
he was
first.
there.
Yeah,
Close
and
him.
then-
He pushes, but then he was
Yes,
overpowered.
Yes,
Push-
yes,
he
yes.
didn't push
He
him.
did it. Yeah,
He was
He didn't
defending,
push, he
he
just
was
put his
defending
hand out.
himself.
Yeah.
He was defending himself.
And
When
then the ref
failed.
the ref
It
is
was
only
the ref.
This
looking
is
at
not
that.
karate, it's soccer.
Oh.
No, the ref is only looking at it. So Hakimi knew what he was doing there.
He knew what he
setting it
was
up.
doing.
100%.
And
He's a professional. He's
another look.
unfortunately,
Can you
he
see
lost
that?
the battle.
Yes.
Because
think
that's
he
a
just
man
lost-
mountain.
he
That's
just
a
lost his
man
own balance
mountain.
there.
Thomas, if you say that's a bad
Okay,
push,
so let's just conclude. Foul or not foul?
no
That's
foul.
no foul.
That should have been allowed to continue. The
No
game.
foul.
Yes.
The
play
game should have been
continue.
allowed and the goal should have been
Yes,
Play
allowed.
should continue. No foul.
Yes. No foul.
No foul.
No foul.
The referee blew. So let's consider that, right? He has blown.
He was quick.
No,
Okay.
that
It was
we
too quick
accept.
to. It was
I
too
hear
No,
you.
the
It was
VAR
too
part,
quick.
I
I
understand
hear
what you're
you.
explaining.
Let's just say, should he have gone?
Me, I don't understand that.
Should VAR have intervened?
No, the ref
Yes.
blew already.
No, the
You
referee
can't-
had blown already.
So there's no reason to go to VAR.
No
That time
reason.
you
Once
can't.
the referee blows,
But
then,
according to
unless
what-
if the referee didn't blow, then VAR were obliged to call him and say, referee, come and have a look.
But guys,
But what they would have said to look at is clear and obvious mistake.
Yeah.
All you guys have told me is this one pushed, the other one pushed. That
Exactly.
leaves it 50-50. There's no
Correct.
clear, obvious mistake.
Correct.
What's the mistake? 50-50. Ref, you say it's 50-50, you see there's a push, nothing to
The
talk
mistake
to you
was
about.
that the whistle was blown way too quick. It didn't allow the
I
game
know.
to play on. Because Hakimi literally fell
Why
on
must
his
he
own
allow
way.
why must he allow? You
But
found
Thomas,
The force of
when
gravity
you
dropped
say-
Hakimi there.
Mamadou?
When you say it's a 50-50, the referee has a final decision. The panel must not mislead people. When the referee blow the whistle, game have to stop.
So by the time the ball hits the net, the game has stopped.
When the minute the referee blow the whistle, everybody must stop playing. Now you continue playing and you score a goal, and you call it a goal. Don't mislead people. It's 50-50, but it was Hakimi on the floor.
There you go. So, we conclude. Can we conclude that in that moment, on matters of correct refereeing and law, there was nothing wrong? Correct.
I think
The
the
law of the game, the essence of the laws of the game. have been made.
there were no
My
fouls.
opinion,
No.
you shouldn't have
There were no
given a foul.
fouls.
But did the referee do something wrong? He
Yes.
made a decision.
Yes.
Yes.
This is what I'm asking. He's made a decision. Whether you feel the decision is correct
It's
or
wrong.
incorrect, but he's made a decision.
No, you are right. He made a decision, an incorrect decision. That's what that's what happened.
Yes.
He made a decision,
But
but
it was
an
incorrect.
incorrect decision.
I don't see that incorrect.
I totally agree. An incorrect decision.
Secondly, if this decision is so incorrect, why did Senegal not leave the field then?
They did later.
No, then.
No, you know why they didn't leave it there?
Then.
They allowed it to just play on. Like, let's just play on. But then, a few minutes later, there's a
You
penalty.
say, okay, you say I've been hard done by. Referee has affected me now.
The context.
The miss,
still have-
I should have scored. You guys are saying it should be leave now. But
No.
now is
No,
what
Thomas,
happened.
listen, they still
the
have time
game
to
is
play
still
for
going
it.
on.
Yes,
We
they still have
just
time to play for
and
it.
see what is happening.
What do you
will
mean?
happen?
They have
Yes.
time to play. They could have
Let's
scored
play.
another goal
Let's
within
play. We
within
can,
those
we can,
minutes.
we can score
So the mistake doesn't matter now.
No,
They moved on. They were like, okay, fine, we move
do
on.
accept. The referee is human. He did that mistake. Yes, we do accept. Let's move on.
Why do you
But
say
don't
it's
do
a
that.
mistake?
Don't do that again.
Why do you say it's a mistake? Why do you say it's a mistake? It's not a mistake. The referee applied his mind, he did his job.
Yeah.
You can judge him the way you want, but it's not a mistake.
He saw
Don't
a
call it a
foul, he
mistake.
blew for the foul. That's what you and me agree. He saw the foul, he blew for the foul. Everything else doesn't matter thereafter. And also, they didn't leave there, Mamadou. Senegal, if they felt all of the build-up, all of the, Morocco's decisions are getting, they didn't leave the field at that moment. Why?
Why should they leave? Why should they leave?
There was
Mama?
still time to.
Why they should they
There
leave?
was still time to
It
play.
was just a
There was
decision.
still time to play there.
Let's go on. Let's
There
go.
was still
Let
time
them
to play.
Okay.
It was an incorrect decision, and they felt hard done by the referee. And they said, look, even with the referee not giving us a fair share of the whole thing, we will continue.
It's still
We
new.
will
It's still
win this
new at
game.
the time. So let's just play. It's still anybody's
okay.
game
So it
at the
doesn't matter
time.
when it's nil-nil.
It's still anybody's game at the time.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Move on. I'm with you, Mamadou. Maybe at home, hashtag Sock Africa 1000, you understand it a little bit more. The game had stopped. The referee had blown the whistle. So we can't even talk about a disallowed goal. The goal should never have... The Moroccans had basically stopped playing because the whistle had gone.
But that referee is lucky because it wasn't a final. If it was in the quarterfinal or the group stage, he wouldn't even made it to the
Let's move on. I want
Jeff, where is the referee from? Jeff,
that's
which
not just because
country
it's from
is the referee
Congo
from?
that I have to support him. No, it doesn't work like that. No, it's not because it's
Where is he from?
I didn't appoint him. CAF did appoint him, so they knew what
He's
they were
from
doing.
your home.
But yes, he made an incorrect decision, and thinking
did
you're
make
right.
an
Say he made the incorrect decision, my
According to
friend.
He
him,
made
yes.
a correct decision. We all agree.
There are
That's
people
not...
making incorrect decisions.
I disagree. It was a-
So now we go to the next, and a couple of minutes later, here's a corner kick. And all hell breaks loose here. Corner kick goes in. Referee Jean-Jacques Ndala does not see what causes Diaz to go down. The reason that Diaz goes down is El Haji Malik Diouf. And he's saying here, take a look, number 25 and number 10, hand around the neck, goes down. Penalty, no penalty.
Penalty.
It was penalty there.
Penalty.
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 There,
No,
Rightfully
no
given.
penalty.
Rightfully given.
That's a penalty.
Rightfully-
Jeff, I
rightfully
disagree.
given. It was a
No, we
rightfully
agreed.
given
We agreed in the first
Yeah, but
instance,
here we
but
don't
I
agree.
I disagree.
It was a
with you.
penalty. This one was a penalty.
Let me hear. Let me
If you
hear.
look there,
Look.
the ball is coming right to him.
Where's the
Yes,
hand?
yes.
Where is the hand?
I
The
want-
ball is coming
Where
right
is
to him.
Raheem's hand?
What?
Where is yes? Look at his hand.
No way.
Yes.
No, he-
No.
Oh.
Okay, but I want you to look at something else. Watch number 5 and Sadio Mane. There's 2 fouls here. Look at Sadio Mane here. Watch. Sadio Mane
Yes,
grabs,
Sadio Mane
grabs and then holds.
Yes, Sadio Mane was more obvious than that.
So then,
No.
Yes.
This was a penalty.
two,
No, that wasn't.
two fouls happening there. Sadio Mane is holding.
This is a foul, Jeff.
This was
It
a
clear
rightfully
foul
called
and
penalty.
rightfully called by the
So if
referee.
it's rightfully
The
called-
referee got it right.
No.
There's
Referee
no-
didn't call it. It's
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
No, he
However, we
it-
should
it-
it was
But
rightfully
Diaz,
called.
Diaz put pressure to go
Put
to
pressure.
Diaz.
Yeah, he
The referee
put
didn't
pressure.
see.
Why?
The referee didn't see.
Yeah.
He couldn't see. And as a normal player, Diaz is saying, ref, did you not see they fouled me? Did you not see that?
And
Yeah, and you're
VAR
not allowed
called the
to say,
referee.
Ref, did you not see that?
I don't know. I don't know why VAR is doing in football these days because we can't even actually quote a referee that is competent. Everything is about VAR. VAR did this. VAR, but VAR.
No, but
isn't
Jeff,
everything.
I think in 2023, VAR got 98% of the decisions right.
100%. Yeah.
VAR got it right.
And they got this
Somehow,
one right.
and they got
100%.
this one right. Yes, I agree.
There's no
What surprises
dispute here.
me,
It
we
was
come
correct.
back to that.
Yes.
Ivory Coast, AFCON. African referees were on the spot with VAR. In the space of 2 years, how does it get so
Yeah.
bad? I'm not only talking about the final.
No.
There was a lot of questionable decisions in this.
Don't you
AFCON.
think it's complacency?
How does it happen?
No, it's not
in the space of
complacency.
2
I
It's
can
years?
tell you
It's
that.
not
I can tell you that
complacency.
that was the correct decision.
I just
That was
feel
the correct
VAR is
decision.
going to cause a lot of problems in football
Correct decision.
because it's now becoming very subjective.
Correct decision.
That one is a penalty, yeah.
VAR, mwah.
Yes.
Mwah.
Walking off the field is not the correct decision.
Say mwah.
No, it's correct.
We're going to a quick break. We'll be back to give you more, because then we see more. We'll hear why Gianni Infantino wants to see strong punishments potentially handed out, and so much more taking place here that will clarify the journey towards the eventual goal that Senegal and get, and the title winning performance that they gave in that final. Stay with Soccer Africa. Welcome back. We're in Soccer Africa. We're going through the drama. We're showing all the incidents, and we're trying to give you a sense of some of the things that the referee had to deal with, and so much happening. So far, we've got to the penalty being awarded, and we've been in agreement in the studio that it pretty much was a penalty legitimately awarded to Morocco. Then, look at what happens here. The referee starts handing out yellow cards. And if you're watching, and probably watching with passion, you didn't see it. So first of all, he's looking for Diouf. He doesn't find Diouf, who commits the foul. He hands out a yellow card here. There, Diouf has been found. But there was so much more before that as well, in terms of the cards that were handed out just before that. And we'll see here that Ndiaye picks up a card, and there, Mani. Ndiaye is saying, you took money. Look, you took money. You took money, Mr.
Oh, they're speaking French.
No, there's only...
No, he keeps doing this.
It's a national signal for you took money. And we can play this one more time if you'd like. Did you see? But as we continue here, then Saaf gets the yellow card for over-passionate remonstrating. And as we move forward, you saw the signal. The referee was told he took money from the Senegalese players, right?
Yeah.
That's why, Jeff, they picked up cards.
True. Yeah, actually, the one who did that gesture should be punished by CAF.
Yeah.
Should be sanctioned.
Yeah.
Should be sanctioned, because this kind of allegations are not permitted in football, especially for an official.
There's the signal. Yeah, you took the money, ref. He does it again. There, you took the money, ref. That's why you gave the penalty. You took the money. And then he continues. He does it more than once and comes around the corner again. Yeah, there. Sa is still maybe talking about the penalty. Ndiaye is talking about something completely different.
And he does it again. You get a card. You get a card, like...
Yellow card. So the referee's under pressure, and again, for a decision that was the correct decision. We agree.
It was actually. It was. But that guy should be... he should receive sanctions from CAF.
I think at this point, Senegal were just very emotional. Like, there was a lot of things that were going on.
That's why they are so professional to be so emotional. Sometimes they have to control the temper.
100%, but I'm sure this game was just too intense. There was just a lot of things going on in this game.
I thought both teams will use it as a curtain riser for the World Cup, but they went into each other with the emotion, tension. I couldn't understand.
From there, things get even more interesting, because now we go to the penalty spot. Mama, do you want to talk?
Yes. Look, the scene you see, while that was happening on the pitch, the Senegalese, the official Senegalese Supporters Association, dressed in the flag of Senegal, carrying the flag of Senegal. You see them in every Senegal game, yellow and green. They invited the pitch, the side where the photographers were, broke the chair of the stadium, destroyed cameras, hit the photographers. At that time, the security never expected that. They were taken by surprise. The reason even the game went so long stop, it's because of those Senegalese fans. And as Jeff was saying, I think that CAF, based on the statute and Article 82, Senegal left the pitch for 14 minutes. The coach asked all the players to leave the pitch, not to carry on the game, which was a total disgrace.
And we're coming to that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Mamadou. While you're talking, let's take a look. Because we start out here with exactly what you're talking about. And we're going to go through this. Otherwise, we're never going to finish the show. And I need to pick up the speed of what we're looking at to get our viewers up to speed. But everyone, and keep an eye here. En-Nesyri is holding the ball. So at this point, we know En-Nesyri is probably the one to take the penalty. Holding the ball. Nobody's allowed to take... Nobody's allowed to, but who's going to take the penalty? It would be a Moroccan. It's a Nesri with the ball. I want you to keep that in mind because later we'll see how that transpires. But nobody wants to take the penalty here. Nobody's allowed to take the penalty. The penalty spot is being stood on. And right here, TK, is where things go wrong. Haptiao.
Yes.
Let's go. Get off.
I think much as you might, as a coach or as a player or as an official, even if you feel that nothing is going right for you and everything is wrong, I think here the Senegalese coach was totally wrong and out of.
Why is he asking his team to go off the field?
You cannot. You cannot. No matter what decision, you cannot ask. The rules does not allow you to pull your players out of the field in protest of a referee's decision. I think that's wrong.
I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe he's taking them off just to his side, not off the pitch entirely, just to cool the tempo.
No, Ashley, I disagree with
I was thinking that was why he was bringing them. I didn't know he was taking them all the way to the dressing room. I thought maybe
he was ordering them off the field.
tempos. They're getting yellow cards. They're getting yellow cards like every other minutes. Maybe he was trying to control that. But then when they went into the dressing room, I know, man.
He's pushing his players on the field.
Yes.
Regragui is saying, let's go back on the field to his Moroccan players.
Yes.
He's saying, let's get back on. We've got Paptiao saying, let's get off.
Yeah.
Because I think Regragui knows the rules. The rules are clear. No player will leave the field unless at the permission of the referee.
But why are they leaving?
The kind of feel hard done by the referee.
They were hard done by.
For a decision that was correct.
Yes.
But you remember what Mamadou mentioned coming
now,
into the tournament.
big moment. What happens here?
This was a great moment.
Claude Leroy.
This was a great moment.
Sadio Mane.
Sadio Mane first spoke to El Hadji Diop.
No, this was the first chat. This is the first chat. First chat. We can assume Claude is saying that we can't allow this to happen.
Yes.
You need to fix this, Sadio. Go fetch the players. Sadio then immediately starts to say, let's come back. He's telling his players, come back. Then after telling them to come back, he goes to see a legend.
Yes.
Al-Hadji Diop then says, they're not coming, go fetch them.
Yeah.
Go fetch them.
Back on the field.
Then he says, okay, I'll go fetch them. He runs down the tunnel.
Yeah.
And goes to get them. We're assuming, but it looks like that's most likely what's happening, Jeff.
Yeah, no, you can see he's running down the tunnel.
He's ready to ask his teammate to come back and continue the game.
There were 3 Senegalese players on the
Yes, yeah. But
if you look clearly.
So?
No, I'm saying not all the players were off.
Oh, wow.
There were 3 Senegalese
So what does that
already.
mean? The ref could have played the game. Could he have continued the game, the ref, with the 3 of them?
Yeah, but he can't also blow it.
Could he have continued the game?
No.
He can't also blow
Why can he not?
But he cannot blow the
minimum
whistle.
of 7 players.
So the players were not on the field.
No, they were not. You're right.
So
they were not.
Had left.
They had left. Yes.
What's that rule that you just gave me?
You must have minimum of 7 players.
So they were not 7 Senegalese players. They left.
And in that moment, Sadio Mane came with.
Now I want you to take a look here. This yellow card is for Mendy touching Salah Al-Din on the face. And again, this was one of those things that people don't really look carefully, maybe didn't see it. Salah Al-Din was touched on the face here, and I know we've got that. If we slow it down a little bit earlier, you'll be able to see exactly how he does touch him. And grabs him on the face, Mendy picks up a yellow card, and there's lots happening in that moment there.
Article 82 of the CAF statute states here clearly, you can't leave the field.
But given the intensity of the game, actually, it is about the
I'm
foul.
telling you, I thought they were going to just cool off at that time.
Before we get to the penalty itself, let's just check. Because people are saying the referee is handing out cards like sweets.
He really was.
Not aware.
Yeah.
Watch here. Watch what Mendy does. And if we look, there's pushing, there's shoving, and then there's also, I don't know if this is the angle we looked at a bit earlier, but he does touch Salah Al-Din on the face, and the referee is right behind the action there and sees it close up. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Sure. This game was everything.
So
this game was everything. And it's unfortunate that's what everyone's going to remember for the final, because it's been such a great tournament. And now the headlines are just about the final.
You know, and that's the tragedy of it all, because up until this moment, it's been a fantastic tournament.
In every angle.
In fact, the most goals scored ever at an AFCON final was at this final.
I think just beyond the goals, there's just been too many things that happened here. The viewership, the number of tourists and journalists and vloggers and fans that were just in Morocco for this game, it was crazy. The USA, the Europeans, everyone was talking about AFCON. So, I saw another one that was really cool, the watch party in New York. That was also nice. Everything was so nice. Like, this tournament was great.
Yeah, but the sentiment in this competition, it was that everything has been done for Morocco to win. That was the sentiment.
It did look like that.
Yeah, and that's why everything
and maybe that shaped Senegal's mind. It shaped their mind from there.
We understand that frustration, but to walk off the field, you don't do that. We can understand
but in the frustration. Yes, it is.
That, of course, is really bad. That was really bad.
That's why I do understand from the rules are rules, and everybody should be by.
I want to talk about the rules. Before we look at the penalty, the rules. Because the team has gone off, they've come back. There is Article 82.
Yes.
In the CAF stat. And here, let me show you very quickly, because it's here in front of me. Let me show you. You see what it says there? It says regulations of the Africa Cup of Nations. In the regulations of the Africa Cup of Nations, Article 82 is very clear about what should happen in that situation. Very unambiguous about what should happen in that situation.
Yeah, but it is about a funnel. Yes, we know that the rules are very clear, but sometimes we have to give them the kind of benefit of the doubt. Not to hear them, but just to sensibilize them.
You want to hear what
I know what the rules are saying.
Okay, but for the viewers at home who don't know.
Yes.
Okay, Mamadou, you mentioned Article 82. Let's talk about what CAF say for this situation. And it says, if for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match, and here comes the important part, or refuses to play or leaves the ground before the regular end of the match without authorization of the referee, it shall be considered loser and shall be eliminated for good from the current competition. The same shall apply for the teams previously disqualified by the decision of CAF. So the last part's not important. You leave the field without the referee's permission.
They say all.
All. No, it doesn't say all anyway here. It says
team.
If you leave the ground before the regular end of the match without authorization of the referee, it will be considered loser. Finished. Done.
The rules are clear.
It says, if you do not report for a match. That is
from
the
that's 83.
I beg you. No, it's 82. It says, or refuses to play.
Yes.
Or leaves the ground.
Yes.
Without the authorization.
Before the regular end. That is very important. Before the regular end. That's a very, very important part.
But was the referee himself aware of this regulation?
What's your point?
No, I'm saying this regulation.
Yeah.
So why didn't he enforce it?
I don't know.
That's what
Mamadou, you were closer to the action.
That's where I say negotiation came in.
No way.
No way. There was no negotiation.
Let's listen.
He's right.
Listen.
If there was no negotiation, let's apply the rule strictly. Take the cup from Senegal and give it to Morocco. Finish. Because everybody could see the game was stopped 14 minutes while the Senegalese supporters were vandalizing the stadium, the camera people, even one cameraman had to be carried by ambulance to hospital. It was so violent. And believe me, I commend and respect the Moroccan people. They did not retaliate at all. And believe me, what happened in the stadium with the Senegalese supporters, if it was in Senegal, you will count the number of deaths. Even myself.
Mamadou, because that is not really relevant to whether the game continued or not. The referee didn't signal that the game was not continuing because of a safety issue. The team, Senegal, didn't leave the field because of a safety issue, because Morocco stayed on the field. They continued to wait for this game to continue. Had it been a safety issue, whistle would have blown, everyone would have left. That was not the case. I get you, Mamadou, you were there and you saw other scenes
That's
take
why
place.
Morocco
However,
made the official complaint.
yeah, but
to
it's too late.
Captain
You see,
FIFA
you
about
can't,
the
you can't have
matter.
both, Mamadou. You can't have both.
Yes.
You can't say that
Let's play.
the referee's decision is final, but now you want to say no. The referee decided in that moment he's not going to blow. He's not going to call the game off. So his decision is final. We have to live by that decision. We can't later now want to go and say, no, but ref, you should have gone to
That's what I
Article
was just going
82.
to ask Mamadou. If there was a so-called negotiation, right, then why would Morocco come in with a formal appeal after that?
And apart from that,
Does it mean they expected to win? If they had won, they wouldn't have put the appeal?
It's possible.
But,
It's very, that is very, very possible because they thought they were going to win it.
I'd rather wash away all this conspiracy.
Also, remember that the negotiations are happening when the penalties are about to be taken.
So
Now the penalties missed.
penalties
They
about to
regret
take.
those negotiations.
Let's take a look at what happens because then the drama continues. Wow. And the drama is that the man who was going to be king of the tournament,
My player of the
Brahim
tournament.
Diaz, he steps up. And the question here is, why does he take the penalty like he takes it?
Also,
Why would he
what was
take
Mendy
the
telling him
world
there?
famous Panenka?
What was Mendy
Mendy's
telling
just
him?
telling him, I know where you're going to go.
Think psychological there.
I know where you're going to go. Panenka. Straight into Mendy's hands.
So soft.
And I want us to look at, if a player is in this conspiracy theory, do you kiss the ball? Will you kiss the ball before you take the penalty? There, will you kiss it and say, please go in, ball?
You would want to win. 50 years you haven't won the trophy.
Yeah.
You are the best player of the
can't do the
tournament.
Panenka.
You want to go out in a big way. You want to score, you know? So,
For me,
I
that
just
ends
can't believe.
and then look, Coach Regragui is shouting.
Yeah.
Saying, what was that?
What
Yes.
did
no,
you
he was
do?
just encouraging him because
If
they could see that the
Jeff,
player,
Jeff,
oh no.
Jeff,
He saw,
he was having a go
He
at
had
me
a heavy
simply
go on
because
him.
No,
he
no,
had
no.
a heavy
What
go
was
at
that?
me.
Players came and
Simply
embraced him.
because, if this guy has taken a proper penalty, kicked it hard, and Mendy said it, the referee would have said, my son, you tried to. I mean, the coach would have
yes.
said, my son. But what the hell?
in an interview that he did with a French journalist, he said that he was telling him not to be discouraged. Again, we're still playing.
No, but the action of the coach.
He didn't condemn.
The very first part.
The action of the coach.
He said that he didn't condemn the Brahim. He said he accepted the way he.
No,
that's
he's
We
trying
can
to
see
do
with our
damage
eyes.
control.
With our eyes, there's no acceptance.
Yeah, if you look at the way the coach had a go at Diaz here, Jeff, he's not encouraging him.
And I
He's
tell you-
asking him, what the hell was that?
That in this tournament, you kiss the ball, you're saying, please go in, ball. Please go in. Please.
He wasn't
And you
confident.
kick
That's what
the
he was
ball.
kicking the ball. He was not confident.
And you kick the ball with your wrong foot.
No, he hasn't,
Everybody
Mamadou.
know.
He hasn't.
Everybody knows.
There, look at the coach. Look at the
He's
coach.
pointing him. Like he's in a
No,
pointing
he
at
hasn't
him.
kicked it. I looked at that as well because social media is throwing a lot of things out there, and I can confirm that. We can maybe look at it quickly before we go to the break. The match against Mali, Brahim Diaz took a penalty. 0-0 is the scoreline, and on social media this is being said. No, he normally kicks penalties with his left foot. Why would he take a penalty with his right foot in the final? It is not true.
He scored with
He
his
takes
right
the
foot.
penalties with the right. In the same tournament, Mamadou, you can see it here. This is against Mali in the group stage. Penalty given, right foot,
There.
bottom left-hand corner. And why I mentioned bottom left-hand corner is because against Tanzania in the World Cup qualifiers, he went bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Against Mali, bottom left-hand corner. Then Edward Mendy says, I know where you're going. You see when you said what Mendy says? I said, I know where you're going. You're going to go
That's
bottom
what he
left.
So he thought,
And then it's like, oh, okay. Now they know.
But you should have taken it to
I have
the
to
other
say
side,
thing.
though.
And Mendy also does that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's the little fake.
he leads you on.
Goes to where he and then he says, no, I've got him with the
He did that with
Panenka.
Aguero, you remember?
And that's, you see now, social media you can't trust.
No.
But what you can trust is that Soccer Africa will show you the truth. Because I know you, Mamadou is one of those
It's
that
slow
thought
motion.
and saw it on social media like so many of that he took it with the wrong foot. It was 0-0 against Mali. And he absolutely needed the points in that game. And he took it with the right foot, the same foot he took it with in the final. Stay with South Africa. There's still a bit more to talk about. Stay locally in South Africa. TK, you wanted this one.
No, absolutely. I think Patrick Maswanganyi here showed everybody how it is done.
And that's in a Soweto derby.
So
to
the
put it right,
derby. Yeah.
It can be done in big games. There's 90,000 here.
Absolutely.
Watching this.
It can be done, and this was marvelous because I wouldn't have thought that really in the domestic league someone will take that courage to do it the way he did.
When it goes wrong, though,
when it goes right, you are a hero.
Yes,
absolutely.
Political statement you are making. The goalkeeper is more under pressure than you, and in that moment, it's an emotional moment, and I think that's where Diaz cracked. Because remember the break.
Yeah.
It was a 14 to 17 minute break. And then you come back and you attempt that. It's a high pressure game. It's a psychological statement you're making and the emotional moment. So, you got to think of all those.
And Mendy's done well in this situation before.
Yes. But now that break,
you can call him a Panenka saver.
that's why you look at that letter.
Panenka specialist.
He's a Panenka specialist.
The letter
Absolutely.
that Morocco wrote to complain, they actually mentioned in that letter that it broke their rhythm, that break of the game.
Why we call him a specialist, though, Mendy, is because look here, Man City taking a penalty, Aguero taking.
One
This is not accidental, man.
Very risky.
It's risky.
It can go.
Panenka is very risky.
Rather it hits the crossbar.
risky.
Rather it goes outside. That's
Now,
embarrassing.
let's go to the final goal. Because here, if we look at the goal, you need to keep an eye on Sadio Mane. He's an absolute hero, not only for making sure his team came back onto the field and continued with the match, but then he's so instrumental in the goal. Look here at what happens as this pass. That's Mane winning the ball. That's him taking on a player. That's Mane with the back heel. Hakimi tries to get back. He maybe needs to pull a player here. Foul, he doesn't. Boom. Net.
Brilliant that cup game.
That was a great. That was a great.
That was a great.
goal.
This is why
brilliant.
we call him that he's one of the greatest, and he is for Senegal. I don't think that there's been a player in Senegal who we have the way he did. Actually, he not only he's a leader, but he's also a playmaker.
Jeff, I think in African football, he has never got his credit he deserved. I think this final and this performance has really etched his name as one of the greatest African players. I
Two
put him
AFCON,
up there
every
with
title.
AFCON in 5 years. Literally 5 years. 2021, like 5 years.
Sadio Mane
Four
deserves to be
editions
up there.
of Cup of AFCON, 4 editions, and
Senegal have been in 3 finals.
you got 3 finals.
Yes.
They won it twice.
That is.
Yeah.
They've won it twice. The celebrations break off.
And Thomas, the 3 finals you mentioned, the sad thing is the captain, Koulibaly, missed all 3
All
finals.
Lost
The
against
final is not
Algeria.
his thing.
He was injured against...
And that was in 2019. Won the AFCON in
In
2021.
Cameroon.
And then
He
go
was
on to
injured.
be in this final
This
as
one
well.
was suspended.
And it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
However,
That is unbelievable.
Let me hear your vote. Where would that goal go on your list of best goals of the tournament? Papke's goal here to win the whole tournament.
I would have to give it number 1 because you went
No.
No, number one is.
No, number one is Gabi.
We saw that
Number
El
one is
Capi goals.
Gabi.
There's nothing in this
Number
tournament
one is
that would
Gabi.
When you
El
look at
Capi's
everything
goals were-
around the
number
game,
one.
you look at everything
El Capi's
around the
goals were
game, the
great.
drama, all of that, and then you still go and put
We
that
saw the
quality.
goal where El Capi did the bicycle.
It
The
is the
defenders
Gabi.
right there. There's
It is
nothing
Gabi.
that would beat that.
Defenders from
Nothing would
Comoros.
beat
It
that.
is Gabi.
Nothing would beat that.
Number one is Gabi.
Give me the Senegal goal in the final.
Well done.
Mamadou,
That shows everything.
no.
your goal of the tournament.
In importance of
Oh, your best, whichever one. Which is the best goal of the tournament?
the best goal of the tournament for me will remain the goal of Ayub.
Al-Kabi.
He mentioned, yes, he
No, but
mentioned
I mean,
the other name.
when you say
Yes.
something is the best, you must include importance in the best. You can't just, you must include all the factors to say this
What
is
did
the best.
Ayub's goal do?
Let me tell you, in this game, I cannot read anything good at all.
Yo,
In this final, nothing good at all. then I have to look for the best goal somewhere else.
Thank you.
Ahmad Diallo's
No,
goal.
but
That's not being sportsmanship.
El Khadi's
after
goal was
this,
the great.
against
Was the,
Comoros,
that was the greatest
no.
goal.
That goal, I'm voting with this one.
Yeah.
The goal was fine.
No. The
No
guy comes
way.
from the bench.
No,
Did,
I
you
mean-
see did you see that goal?
And
The build up to it, Sadio Mane
yes,
won
I saw the
ball in the middle,
I saw the goal.
backheeled it, they exploited the space left behind by
watch
Hakimi,
Morocco versus
and look at
Comoros.
the finish
You
with
will
the
see
pressure
that
of
was
Hakimi.
the
Where was it?
It
Where,
was.
Morocco, Comoros. When?
Yeah.
What stage of the competition was it?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the state of the tournament.
No, it matters.
That was the
Of course,
best.
this goal.
It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
This
wait.
won
them the goal.
No.
Wait,
Last question,
do you know-
guys.
Resulted
do you know why
in
it
Senegal
matters?
having a second star
Last
of their
question.
No,
jersey.
but wait.
This goal.
Before
After all the dust has settled, as we take a look at the CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup games that are coming up, we did see that Gianni Infantino made a very clear statement. And that statement was that he wants to see appropriate measures and disciplinary body CAF making the appropriate disciplinary measures.
You don't have to say that because CAF knows already what to do. The CAF is going to do to take sanctions again, and they've started already.
Here's the statement, and this is Gianni Infantino on Twitter. He signs off always with hashtag football unites the world, and he says it's also the responsibility of teams and players to act responsibly and set the right example for fans in the stadiums and millions watching around the world. The ugly scenes witnessed today must be condemned and never repeated. I reiterated that they have no place in football, and I expect that the relevant disciplinary bodies